Hey, this is Ken Frazier from Chicago's Dynasty of Legends. Chicago and the surrounding areas has a vast amount of legends that's coming here to tell their stories on becoming a legend. Their stories are raw, they real, and they uncut. So come with me and hear their stories at Chicago's Dynasty of Legends because people want to know.
Hello, I'm Ken Frazier from Chicago's Dynasty of Legends. We're here today to mourn one of Chicago legends that came out of Marshall High School. He was drafted in 1971 to the pros. He went to the Philadelphia 76ers. His name was Darryl Minnefield. We keep it raw, we keep it real and uncut.
Ready? My name is Thomas Pepper. I have been a lifetime resident in the neighborhood here for well over 60 years. Coach went to Providence St. Mills, coached at Providence St. Mills, left there, coached at Farragut Career Academy High School. Had the distinction of spending some time with Kevin Garnett and Dr. Ronnie Fields from Farragut. Knew Darryl from early on, high school. We played ball against each other. Him at Marshall, me at St. Mills. And throughout the summers, we played on the same summer team. He, Chester, Fulham, myself, and Darryl and other guys got around and went to different places to play. Martin Luther King Boys Club, and other places throughout the city and the surrounding area. And as a result, Darryl's mother lived on Pine off of Washington. And my mother lived on Pine off of Lake Street, and in between there was a school and a little playground. We got together quite often to go and hone our skills, so we were kind of competitive in many ways, but in the end, Darryl turned into a special ball player, and he's always been one of my, I admired him as a ball player and as a person. So, to say the least, I'm glad to have been one of his colleagues and former ball players, and we spent positive time together. He was what we called one of the boys. He was one of my boys, and I was one of his. So I would just end by saying it was somewhat of a surprise, but at the same time, we're all getting older. So from that standpoint, at some point, we're all going to go that same route at some point, and I hope that as many people will show up for my homegoing as have shown up for him. So I'm here to pay my respects to him and his family. Thank you.
You ready? Hello, my name is Lonnie Lewis. I am a product of Simeon High School. I played professionally. I went to the University of Wisconsin Parkside, Kenosha, Wisconsin. Two-time All-American, played professionally after that in the EuroLeague. I lived in Europe a total of 26 years, but I played 20 years professional. I first met Darryl Minnefield at the Old Town Boys Club. I believe it was 76, my first year at the university. and later we played together at several different tournaments. I mean, he was an inspiration. He was the type of brother that, you know, I'm playing center forward or whatever, he would inspire you. He would not only whoop you on the court, but he would give you a lot of information as the things you had to do to be successful. And it was him, players like Mickey Johnson, Bo Ellis, Sonny Parker, and a lot of guys from that era that you know, made it possible for a young guy like me that had a chance to play with these brothers, had a chance to, you know, break bread with them, and basically experience the professional game through them. And that was what inspired me to continue my career and keep on going. It's a short story. I dropped out of Finger High School my sophomore year. Had to find a school. People helped me get into Simeon, a guy named Michael Cox. And the strange paradox to that is when I got to Simeon, I didn't find out until 1995, Coach Scott, the football coach, he said, Lonnie, you can be an example for a lot of children here in Simeon. I said, I just went to school to play ball. He said, when you came over here, we had half a credit. So CBS Night School, Dawson Skills Center, DuSable Workshop, and I managed to graduate on time. And that's basically my story. But getting back to Darryl, the man deserves a great tribute because he was a great human being, a person, and he helped a lot of people, whether it was through basketball or through other things. Whether it's trials or tribulations or whatever, I still love the man for who he was. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, I should say. I'm here to honor homage to a good friend of mine, Darryl Minnefield. We grew up together. First of all, my name is Ernest Henley. They call me Crow. In fact, people on my blog didn't even know I had a nickname. But anyway, Darryl and I grew up together. We played basketball at Franklin Park. In fact, his family lived across the street from them, Franklin Park. I knew the whole family, the 4 boys, Greg, Brad, Mike, and Darryl was the baby. But we played ball at Franklin Park, Malcolm X, and all over the Chicagoland area. Right now, we're affiliated with this club called the Chicagoland Legends, where we honor all the guys that played basketball in the city of Chicago. And we have breakfast twice a month, the first and third Saturday of the month. And we get together and share stories about who we played with and who we slam dunked on each other and stuff like that. So and then we share memories about our grandkids and kids and things of that nature. So it's a sad event that I have to be here today, but I had to come to pay homage to my good friend Darryl Minnefield. Thank you, guys.
I'm Elroy Franklin, and I had the pleasure of attending Marshall High School with Darryl Minnefield. Darryl was an outstanding ball player back in high school. He played center on varsity, and I was on far soft, and I played forward. But Darryl always was a motivator in school. He had dreams of becoming an NBA ball player, and he made All-State for Marshall, and he set the tone in the Public League West section for us to go all the way to Super Sectionals. Darryl, he's going to be greatly missed. You know, his charisma, his smiles, his character. It's just a wonderful thing to be able to reflect back on the years that we spent over 50 years ago and know that through all the years, Darryl never stopped being an advocate for Marshall athletes and athletes throughout the city of Chicago. He's a Chicago legend. He was an All-American in his college years, and he got drafted. I can't say enough about Darryl, and it's just a terrible blow to know that he's gone to the afterlife. But wherever he is, he's going to be celebrated because his legacy will live on forever. And it's just a pleasure and an honor to be able to reflect on the moments that I spent with Darryl Minnefield, with his great, big, jumping, high self. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. I'm here for the homegoing of my best friend, Darryl Minnefield. I'm actually a basketball player. I actually got drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers. My name is Harrington A. Brown III, known as Downtown Butch Brown, because I can shoot left and right all night. I attended Farragut High School, class of '69, and I was a walk-on at Northeastern University for a minute. So I would say that when you trying to categorize Chicago legends, this great list. My father also is James Brown. He actually tried out with the Harlem Globetrotters, and there's a long lineage and history of Chicago basketball. From Martin Luther King, from Mason, Marillac, and Martin Luther King. Those are three outside places where if you can play, you will certainly find out. And I was blessed to see Darryl Minnefield block people's shots, actually take it off the backboard, also out the air. Had a great turnaround jump shot, was a great defender, and we will say God bless him and his family, and I appreciate your time. Harrington A. Brown III, Farragut High School, class of '69.
My name is Reuben Norris. Well, they call me the godfather of basketball referees. And ironically, I'm not from Chicago. I stopped here in 1960, been here ever since. And the reason they call me the Energized Bunny because I'm 89 years old. I've never been 89 before. Darryl's been a real good friend of mine. His brother Greg and I worked together in the Chicago Park District, and I've been retired since '92, but I'm still working I work every day. I had to be here because of Darryl. I refereed his games when he played at Malcolm X. And Darryl had a little temper on him, and I gave him a technical foul, so he stayed away from me the rest of his basketball career and the rest of my refereeing career. I refereed for 45 years, and I got a little chance to referee the NBA. I used to run the program here, and I worked 17 years with the NBA. I worked 3 years on the court, and I worked the other years as an observer. I used to go around and observe referees and recommend referees that I saw, And the pro-am shirt that you see here, Darryl had called me, and we communicated on social media, and he asked me, he said, Reuben, where can I get one of those shirts? So I bought him a shirt and took it by his house because he didn't have to pay for it. I wouldn't do that because Darryl was Darryl, and wasn't anything like him. And I came yesterday, went about here with me and his daughter, and I wanted to be here because of who he was. And I got a little saying is that if you don't come to my funeral, I won't be there. But nonetheless, is that it's an honor for me to be here and see all the veterans who are here today. Danny Crawford from the NBA, and Andre Wakefield, who just spoke before I did, And so it's not too many people I don't know here in the city of Chicago. And I'm going to work up until the day I die, So thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Darryl Hayes. I'm an alumni, class of 1988. And I had to come here today to show my respect because I know plenty of times when I first met Mr. Minnefield, sorry, I'm nervous. But when I first met him, it was at cookout, and I was like, who is this guy? And I knew I seen his face on the wall in the school. So when I got a chance to see him at cookout the first time on campus, I came over and I talked to him, and we introduced each other. And I think I talked to him for at least 30 minutes, but it was a good 30 minutes. And he just told me some insight on what life was back in the 60s. And I gave him a little bit of how it was when I graduated. And it was kind of similar because we was under the same cloth of being taught in the same building. But one thing he told me is, whatever I do in life, make sure I do it to the fullest. Make sure I don't have no regrets. And then I began to work in the school as a security officer at Marshall. The things that he told me and how it was, I tried to put it into me as an employee to give back to the kids. And I just want to say thank you so much for all the times that you and I had conversations. And it was very encouraging, and I don't regret not one conversation. Thank you so much, and you all be blessed.